Hello everybody. It is Friday the 23rd of April 2021. So one of the things that was coming up today was work. You got to work hard for what you want. You got to work harder for what you want. You got to work even harder for what you want. So that really goes hand in hand, generation after generation after generation. If you don't get what you want, you didn't work hard enough. Therefore, you didn't succeed. So a lot of the stipulations and strategies were designed long before, at least my lifetime. But in many grandparents and so on, you got to work hard. You gotta do without. You got to work hard. You got to sacrifice. You got to suffer. All those things. No pain, no gain. All those things that come along, when actually they don't apply at all. They don't apply at all. It is the obstacles that are around you that you trip over. It is the mindset of parents or grandparents or schools or whatever the environmental flow of information comes from. But religious beliefs, so on, tells you how you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to think and where your little notches of success are on the ladder of your life. What if you could erase all that and just start fresh in this moment and literally engage your right brain and your heart? Your right brain and your heart. Take all the logic and analyzing and all the things that you've been taught and just ask them to get into a box, close the lid, shut them off. And go into that right brain and that heart and see yourself walking forward from this moment on and how you feel as you're walking from this moment forward in this imaginary movie that you're making. And what stops along the way are a desire that you'd like to be, where you'd like to be. How many stops? Where would those stops be? What would help you feel at peace and successful in your own right? So tapping into the imagination and creating and co-creating with your heart something that is of the highest good for you and for the all, right? Remember, when you're doing what you are supposed to be doing, everything flows. So we've been taught that we have to work for money, and money is what buys us what it is that we desire. And that in that money and that desire, it lets us know where we are on the ladder of success based on these strategies for generations after generations. Again, what if you could cut all ties? Erase all boards, put all thought processes in a box, close the lid, and start from scratch? Well, simply claiming your sovereignty and your freedom is the biggest step. So simply saying, I am a sovereign and free being, a divine being of the creator source of all that is. I am free of all cords and obligations and any karma that I came along with. I'm cutting all those cords. I am releasing and dissolving them with the help of my divine beings, my higher self. I ask for forgiveness and that I am sorry, and all of that needs to fall away, and I'm sovereign, and I declare that. So in that independent moment, who are you without all those cords and strings and puppets and lists of things that define what is success in the universe? We've all fallen into those habits. And so you'll hear things about, law of attraction and things like that. And really simply what that is aligning yourself with the universal divine all. And saying, okay, out of necessities, house, clothing, food, water, safety, what is it that I would really desire? So you get into that right brain imagination and you start walking through it. I would suggest short term. So let's just take the next 30 days. And what is it that you would like to see occur? I know for me, 1 month I said, okay, so I make this much this month, and I'd like to make this much more next month. And, just kind of started with, mundane stuff. And show me the path on how that could open up for me. And it could be, I got an unexpected check in the mail. It could be, hey, I was offered 10 hours overtime. Something would come up that it would show me that. So when you're in that imagination, you're creating the real reality of your world. Because remember, the story that you've been told and the story that you carry around is your reality. So how do you turn off the repeat button? And you may step out of bounds according to everybody else, but really you're stepping into your own lane and you're widening your own lens. And you'll find joy and happiness and contentment. So if people are, you weren't supposed to do that, or you should have done this, or, giving you that approval and disapproval, that's where the sovereignty and the freedom and cutting of the cords comes from. Because when you really make commitments that are from your heart and that are going to be the right thing for you and for the highest good of all, you got to be willing to step away and those things just do not offend you anymore. It's like, well, that's okay if you don't agree with me. This is what I want to try right now. Whether, I'm successful or unsuccessful in your eyes doesn't mean I'm successful or unsuccessful in my eyes. So when we've lived in this old matrix and reality, we've been told what is a success and what is a failure. And it has to be this polarity of such good and bad. And that's not the divine plan. So once you step into that sovereignty and that freedom, and you declare that it is so, and then every day, several times a day, you stop, drop, sit for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you can give yourself. Align yourself with that imaginary plan that is now your story that you are going to own. And you do not need to tell anyone. And watch how your energy changes. Watch how your happiness level comes up. Watch how you see things very differently visually through your eyes. And then watch how you filter the perceptions in a different way. Now, it does require work. Your work is to sit, drop, be still. Your work is designing it. You are the architect of where you want to go. You have the wings, the almighty wings to take you there. You've got the divine God source blueprint within you that says you've got this. We all honor the do no harm, right? So we don't run over other people to get what we want. That's greed. That's the other matrix that we're out of because we've claimed our sovereignty, our freedom from all of that. So get into that imagination and create your movie. Create it. And when things are just, in spaces at your job or wherever you are, and it seems like you're stuck in that gear, go back into that movie and say, where am I here? And which direction do I want to go in? Because life is about pivoting, adaptability. It truly is. So you may be headed in one direction, and then you tap into your story, your imaginary story that you're creating, right, into reality. And you may say, oh, you know what? I think I want to just kind of go around the bend this way. I want to tweak it a little bit. And that adjustability is the freedom that you have. And it's yours to have. And even if you're in situations where you feel controlled, you have the ability to tap in and work with your responses to what is around you, as well as still tapping into the heart and the imagination and creating the story, which also raises the vibration and the frequencies of yourself big time. But it also touches anything and anyone and any object around you in a very God source way. Own your power. It's very powerful to create your own story. And it's very powerful to walk through that and be able to pivot around any objects that weren't on your imaginary list of your story, which is how you adapt and tweak. So, coaching, healing work, meditative hypnosis are fantastic. I have clients that I do this with. I also do it on myself. And then if there are particular things that you're constantly tripping up with, then perhaps past life regression work, where you can go in and literally pull out things that really don't belong to you. And each time you do that, you tap into the higher, authentic self, God source that you came in pure to be. So my email will be in the description. So if you'd like a session, you want to discuss it more, please do. But just remember, your story is your reality. The law of attraction is yours to have. And it does take due diligence to tap into that and to believe that it is so. And once you get to that first one and you've manifested something, you'll be like, oh, what else could I do? And you're always of service. You're of service to yourself and you're of service to others. And just enjoy it. All right? Much light and love to you. Please subscribe, leave me a message, again. Hit all, the little bell button, hit all. Appreciate the support. All right? Bye.